Have you ever pondered the immense power that lies within a single prayer? The kind of power that can move mountains, heal the sick, and change the course of lives. In the sacred pages of the Bible, we find numerous instances that highlight the potency of prayer. Today we delve into the heart of one such verse that beautifully encapsulates the essence of prayer. Consider the book of James, chapter 5, verse 16. It reads, "The prayer of a righteous person is powerful and effective." This succinct verse, nestled in the New Testament, holds profound truth about the power of prayer. The verse begins by speaking of the prayer of a righteous person. This phrase sets the stage for understanding the context of our discussion. It suggests that the person praying is in right standing with God. They are righteous. This righteousness does not stem from their own merit, but from their faith in God, their trust in His goodness and grace. Now let's consider the latter part of the verse, is powerful and effective. This statement is as straightforward as it is profound. It tells us that prayer is not a futile exercise or a vain plea into the void. Instead, it is a dynamic force, a tool of change, a conduit through which the divine interacts with the earthly. The verse in its entirety underscores the idea that prayer, when offered by someone who trusts in God's goodness and righteousness, is not just a mere whisper in the wind. It is a force to be reckoned with, a force that can effect change on a personal and global scale. The power of prayer, as encapsulated in this verse, is threefold. Firstly, prayer has the power to change us. Often, when we pray, we find that our perspectives shift, our hearts soften, and our will aligns more closely with God's. Secondly, prayer has the power to influence our circumstances. There are countless biblical and modern-day examples of situations that seemed hopeless until prayer intervened, bringing healing, provision, and breakthrough. Finally, prayer has the power to impact our world. When we pray for others, for our communities, and for global issues, we invite God's intervention and influence into these areas. In summary, James 5:16 invites us to acknowledge the power of prayer. It challenges us to trust in God's goodness, to approach Him in righteousness, and to pray with expectation and faith. It reminds us that prayer is not a passive act, but a powerful tool given to us by God. It is a tool that can change us, influence our circumstances, and impact our world. Remember, the prayer of a righteous person is powerful and effective. So, in faith and righteousness, make your prayers heard, for they have the power to move mountains and change the world.